Hey everyone, Ninja here. You know me, you love me, or maybe you just tolerate me. Either way, it's awesome to have you here. Today, we're diving into the exciting world of esports and looking at the different types that make it such a thrilling field. From the strategic battles in MOBAs to the lightning-fast reflexes needed in FPS games, esports has something for everyone. So buckle up, grab your energy drinks, and let's get right into it. First up, we've got MOBAs, or multiplayer online battle arenas. Now, these games are all about teamwork and strategy. Think of it like basketball, but instead of dunking on people, you're controlling legendary heroes and battling it out in a fantasy world. We're talking games like League of Legends and Dota 2, where you've got two teams of 5 going head-to-head to destroy each other's bases. You've got to work together, coordinate your attacks, and outsmart your opponents to claim victory. Trust me, there's nothing more satisfying than pulling off a perfectly timed ultimate ability and wiping out the entire enemy team. But it's not just about brute force. Well, it's a little bit about brute force, let's be honest, but strategy plays a huge role too. You need to know when to push your advantage, when to play defensively, and when to gank an unsuspecting enemy in the jungle. And let me tell you, those jungle ganks, they never get old. So, if you're someone who loves a good challenge, enjoys working with a team, and has a knack for strategic thinking, then MOBAs might just be your jam. Just be prepared for some intense matches and maybe a little bit of rage quitting along the way. It happens to the best of us. Next up, let's talk about RTS, or real-time strategy games. These games are not for the faint of heart, my friends. They require intense focus, lightning-fast reflexes, and a mind that can juggle a million things at once. Imagine playing chess, but instead of moving pieces on a board, you're commanding entire armies, building bases, and harvesting resources. Oh, and did I mention that everything's happening in real time? Yeah, no pressure or anything. One of the most iconic RTS games out there is StarCraft 2. You've got 3 unique races to choose from: the Terrans, the Zerg, and the Protoss, each with their own strengths, weaknesses, and playstyles. You'll need to master your chosen race, build up your economy, and then unleash your forces in epic battles that would make Sun Tzu proud. But it's not just about building a massive army and throwing it at your opponent, though that can be pretty fun too. You need to scout out the enemy, anticipate their moves, and adapt your strategy on the fly. It's a constant mental battle, and the best players are the ones who can think several steps ahead and outmaneuver their opponents. So, if you're a fan of strategic depth, enjoy a good mental workout, and have always secretly wished you could command an army, then RTS games are definitely worth checking out. Just be prepared to put in some serious practice time if you want to compete at the highest levels. Now let's talk about something a little closer to my heart: FPS games, or first-person shooters. If you're all about fast-paced action, adrenaline-pumping gameplay, and testing your reflexes to the limit, then this is the genre for you. We're talking games like Call of Duty, Overwatch, and Counter-Strike, where you're thrown into the heat of battle with nothing but your wits and your weapon skills to keep you alive. You'll need to master different weapons, learn the maps like the back of your hand, and develop a sixth sense for enemy movements. One of the things I love most about FPS games is the sheer variety. You've got your classic team deathmatch modes where it's all about racking up the most kills. You've got search and destroy modes where teamwork and strategy are key. And then you've got all sorts of wacky and wild game modes that keep things fresh and exciting. But no matter what mode you're playing, one thing remains constant: the need for lightning-fast reflexes. In the world of FPS games, milliseconds can mean the difference between victory and defeat. You need to be able to react instantly to enemy movements, land those headshots with pinpoint accuracy, and move like a ninja to outmaneuver your opponents. So, if you're looking for a genre that will get your heart racing and your adrenaline pumping, then FPS games are the way to go. Just be warned, these games can be seriously addictive. Finally, let's talk about PvP, or player versus player games. This is a pretty broad category, as it basically encompasses any game where you're competing directly against other players. But that's what makes it so great. Whether you're into fighting games like Street Fighter, racing games like Forza, or even card games like Hearthstone, there's a PvP game out there for you. The one thing they all have in common is that they pit you against other players in a battle of skill, strategy, and sometimes a little bit of luck. Now, while PvP games can certainly draw inspiration from other genres, they often have their own unique mechanics and gameplay elements that set them apart. For example, in a fighting game, you might need to master complex combos and timing-based inputs to execute devastating special moves. Or in a card game, you might need to carefully manage your resources, build a powerful deck, and outsmart your opponent with clever card combinations. The possibilities are endless, but that's what makes PvP games so exciting. You never know what you're going to get. So if you're a competitive person who loves the thrill of going head-to-head with other players, then PvP games are definitely your jam. Just be prepared to face some tough opponents and maybe even eat a little humble pie from time to time. So, those are the main types of esports that you can enjoy watching or participating in. Whether you're a strategic mastermind, a fast-paced action junkie, or just love the thrill of competition, there's an esport out there for you. Hopefully this video has given you a better understanding of the different types of esports and what makes them so exciting. Now go out there, find your game, and who knows, maybe I'll see you in the virtual arena. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming content.